All right. Now this is border. This is the border. Yeah. A war movie. I mean, it was made in 1997, so you can't knock its special effects. Why is the music louder than the dialogue? Yeah, because if that scene was realistic, that car would have been blown to the side with the sheer momentum of it. A scene like that is always powerful. Always powerful. I mean, it's funny how the trailers back in the day, because the only thing you really had going for you back in the day before special effects took over the majority of cinema and kind of destroyed the movie franchise as a whole, it was all based around story. The story is what carried the weight of the film, because you would get so immersed in it that the cheesiness of something, even though it wasn't considered cheesy at that point in time, didn't bother you, because the story itself carries all the weight. And honestly, just this powerful scene at the end where he's saluting the graves, because they're brothers who fought alongside one another. Seeing them pass on is always scarring. I mean, I've mentioned it a few times before in other videos and things, where the people who are left behind, there's the survivor's guilt, which is a real thing. It really does plague those who have survived when everyone they considered, well, in some cases, closer than even their own family. A lot of soldiers see the person fighting next to them as closer than blood, because they have to depend on each other more than anything else. And then seeing those people who you saw so close to you, your brothers, your twins, they are you and you are them, because you have to work alongside each other so perfectly. You have to trust that they have your back, and they have to trust you have their back. There's no flaking on one another in that type of situation. And it's always powerful. It's always powerful. And it's sad when there's those who are left behind and seeing how they suffer with it. I mean, I went to go visit my grandfather's, his gravesite a little while ago. And he was a Air Force man. So after he retired and after he passed away, he was given a burial at one of those government sites for those who serve their country. And there was a man sleeping in the car. It looked like he had been there for a while. And the only thing I could think of was he was someone who was dealing with survivor's guilt. He was the last person. He went there to visit his brothers in arms, probably the only people he considered closer than family. And he seemed like a wreck. He seemed messed up. But that's the thing. He was probably the last. That's what my mind went to immediately, because a lot of that, it happens, and it's tragic. It's tragic. So the scene at the very end is just oof, where he's just saluting. It carries a lot of weight. At least that's what I see it as, because what else could it mean? Other than if you watch the movie, I guess. Oh, okay. Treating the enemy's bodies with respect. Well, that's even sound, because everyone in the end is fighting for their own purpose. That shows a massive sign of respect then. Saluting those who have you've taken out in the battlefield. A lot of people don't think to view them as such because they're just doing their job the way you're doing yours. Even more powerful then. Even more powerful. He is the survivor. He is the one that succeeded, yet he sees what he has done as a great tragedy, because all war is.